Hey, this is a short video just to help you to start with journaling. So, step one, journaling should be a habit, maybe 4 to 7 times a week, between maybe 60 seconds up to 10 minutes or so. And it's easy to start establishing a habit by linking it to something that already is something you do habitually. So let's have a look. So journaling, it shouldn't be complicated. You just need a little pocket of time. And like it says on the screen, that's already part of you. So just think of it like adding a small ritual to something you already enjoy. So I've given a few examples there, like sip your morning coffee, jot down a few thoughts, or take a pause with your afternoon tea and write what's on your mind, or capture your reflections after a walk with the dog. And I hope you sort of get the idea with that. So even a single minute of writing makes a difference. Some days, just 60 seconds, other days, 10 minutes. It's not really the point how long, it's more like creating the habit first. And so aim for 4 to 7 times a week. So that should be enough to start building a habit without pressuring too much. And of course, last but not least on this, remember, this isn't about perfect grammar or polished ideas. It's about being honest, free, and real with yourself. Let the words flow. The page is yours alone, and it's waiting to hear the truth. Okay, step 2. If you look at journaling as a way of processing things, then that will help you a lot. Okay, so see journaling as a safe space, so you can untangle what's on your mind. You can explore new perspectives, or you can let things settle. That's just a few examples. Again, there's no single right way to do it. Just choose what feels most helpful in the moment. For example, you're going to plot down a simple bullet point list of all your thoughts, feelings, or experiences around the prompt. So you start with a prompt. Or you can do a brain dump. Just write everything that's circling in your head until your head feels lighter. You can write a letter you'll never send, but at least you get your point across on paper. Take a situation and write an alternative version of how you want it to be. Yeah, so rather than going like, this is what happened to me, blah, 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 blah. Take that situation, write an alternative version of how you want it to be. What is your version? Okay, reflect on 3 things. What's within my control? What's within my influence, and what's outside my control. Yeah, so you can take any situation and you can write on those 3 things, and that will help to create clarity of where you can action, set boundaries, or whatever. Okay, next one. Capture a success story, no matter how small. So rather than going like, how's things? Yeah, it's great. It's like, no. Capture a success story that happened to you in the last few days, the weekend, the week. Yeah, now you actually get a proper look rather than just giving a standard answer that doesn't mean anything. Describe an act of kindness. You may have given this act, or you may have received it. Or you could note down a few things you're grateful for today. Okay, so you can see it's a process, and it doesn't have to be extremely profound or shocking the world. It's just about you getting to know yourself and give yourself clarity on things. Okay, so now we've started getting into it. What do you do with your journal? All right, here we go. Here's just a list, and it's not comprehensive, but a list of some meaningful ways you can use your journal so you can track your mood. All right, so you've decided you want to incorporate exercise in your life, and you plan to go to the gym. Now you can track your mood. All right, it's 6:30 in the morning, and you have set a goal that you're going to go to the gym 4 times a week at 6:30. Now, what are your feelings and thoughts before 6:30? Are you motivated? Is this a struggle? Do you have to force yourself? Okay, track your mood. What only needs 60 seconds. Spot patterns in your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Identify situations or triggers that throw you off balance. Okay. Maybe no matter what you do, each time you're at work and you have to work with a certain person, that person throws you off balance. Okay. Step back and see your challenges from a clearer perspective. Question your beliefs and explore where they come from. Money is the root of all evil. Well, it's no wonder you find it hard to bring it in. Maybe just a simple, stupid example, perhaps. But you can also use it to sketch out ideas and plans for the changes you want to make. All right, so now, with that information, think of your journal as both a compass and a companion. It will help you understand where you are and pointing you toward where you'd love to go. Okay, what to do when your mind is blank? Well, if your mind is blank, you can still journal. So, here's an example of what you can start with. Describe a situation. For example, I want to learn how to start with journaling. Then list your feelings. For example, I'm hopeful but also sad. And you list your thoughts. I just don't get it. I don't think I can use journaling because each time I start, my mind goes blank. And now you can counteract the negative thinking under point 3. So you can write, I actually do have thoughts and feelings, yet I am judging myself that these aren't the thoughts I need to put forward. They're not creative, they're not helping me, they're pointless and meaningless. So what you can do is I'm going to resource some tips on how to negate these negative thinking patterns, right? So you see, it's a simple way of journaling, and it actually gets you to action to move forward and grow. All right, so here is some tips then you can use to negate these negative thinking. So tip 1, this concerns all or nothing thinking. So you can see if this applies to you. All or nothing thinking is when your mind sees things in extremes. Here's the example. If I can't do it perfectly, it is not worth doing it at all. So how can you counteract that negative thinking? So you start by noticing when you use words like always, never, perfect, failure. Okay, I'm thinking all or nothing. So then gently remind yourself that life isn't black and white. However, it's full of shades and possibilities. So instead of saying, I blew it, I'll never be good at this, you can try, I didn't get it right this time, but I'm learning and I am improving. And then celebrate partial wins, small steps, and celebrate the effort you put in. So it's progress, not perfection, that truly counts. Second tip. See if you're making experiences more or less. So sometimes we distort our experiences by making them bigger or smaller than they really are. So maybe you magnify a mistake into a disaster. Oh, that slip up ruined everything. Or maybe you minimize a success. Oh, it was nothing. Anyone could have done it. Okay, I hope you see what I mean with making experiences more or less. So how to counteract it? Pause and ask, am I blowing this out of proportion, or am I shrinking something that deserves recognition? So try to look at the situation as if you were an objective observer. If a friend told you the same story or the same experience, how would you see it? Get it? Okay, so honoring both your challenges and your achievements as they really are, not more, not less, will help you to grow with honesty and compassion, and it will help you to honestly journal. Tip number 3, the trap of shoulds. Shoulds sneak into our thinking all the time. I should have figured this out by now. While that sounds like motivation, it often creates guilt, pressure, and a sense of never being enough. So, how to counteract it? Catch yourself when you use the word should and swap it for something kinder and more empowering. Instead of, I should be further along, I should be able to journal, say, I'm taking steps at my own pace, and that's okay. It is enough. So turning shoulds into conscious choices helps you move from pressure to freedom and from guilt to growth. Tip number 4, it concerns self-labeling. So self-labeling happens when we reduce ourselves to a single word or identity based on a mistake, weakness, or even one situation. We say things like, I'm not made for this, or I'm stupid, or I'm a failure. So these labels stick, and over time they can cloud the way we see ourselves and what we believe we're capable of. So, how to counteract it? When you notice a harsh label creeping in, pause and separate what you did from who you are. Instead of, I'm stupid, try, I didn't get much done today, but I can start fresh tomorrow. So you swap out rigid labels with descriptions of behaviors that can change. And here's the final tip, tip 5. It concerns self-blame. So self-blame shows up when you carry the weight of things that weren't fully in your control. You replay situations thinking, it's all my fault, even when the reality is more complex. So over time, this can chip away at your confidence and keep you stuck in regret instead of growth. How to counteract it? When blame arises, pause and ask, what was truly mine to own and what wasn't? So take responsibility for your part and let go of what lies outside your control. Acknowledge that mistakes are moments for learning and not life sentences.